Whether you are an investor in stocks or a trader of stocks, we all want to avoid those losing trades. We don't want to buy stocks that are likely to move lower after we buy them. So in this week's video, I'm going to tell you some very simple concepts that will keep you out of losers. It's not complicated, but it just takes a little bit of a lesson. I'll also do my normal market analysis. We'll figure out if the stock market crash is over, if we are out of the woods with the market correction, and then we'll look at the trade of the week at the end of the video. But let's get into this topic first. How do you avoid losing trades? Well, ultimately, we want to invest in stocks that are in the control of the buyers. Rising bottoms on a stock chart are a sign of optimism and buyer control. I'm going to show you this in just a moment. You want to avoid stocks in downward trends. You want to wait for the control of the market to change. It's really easy when I show you. Avoid chasing emotion. So when you are in a stock that's in an upward trend, you want to buy breakouts from sideways trading or pullbacks to the upward trend line. So let's take a look at a few charts here just to drive this home. So this is a chart of ExxonMobil. And what I want you to notice is that there are bottoming points. Anytime that the stock goes down and then stops going down and starts going up, you are making a bottom. And you can see that through this entire period, the bottoms were always rising. That means that the buyers were in control. Now, what we like to do is buy breakouts from sideways trading when the buyers are in control. So we don't want to buy breaks when we're well into the upward trend. So for example, that is obviously a break to new high, but we are well into the upward trend already. If I was to draw a trend line on this chart, you can see it would look something like that. And when price runs away from the trend line, it's likely to pull back to it. So you don't want to buy runs away from the trend line. You want to look for periods when the stock is going sideways, but there are rising bottoms, a sign of optimism, and then that breakout tells us it's going to go higher. Let's look at another example. This is Johnson & Johnson. Here you can see sideways trading, optimism building, breakout, started the trend. Now wait for the pullbacks if you come in late and buy the break of the pullback. Goes up, pulls back, buy the break of the pullback. Goes up, pulls back, buy the break of the pullback. As long as the upward trend is intact, the buyers are in control. One more example, this is Nike. Nike has been a poor performer, and look at the difference. The sellers have been in control since September. We had a high, and then we've just had nothing but falling tops since then. And so using this concept of who's in control, here the buyers were in control, and here the sellers have been in control. Right now it's heavily oversold because we are far below the trend line. So we actually may see a bounce back on Nike soon, but we want to wait for that bottom pattern rising, the bottoms to start rising as a clue that the buyers are back in control. Right now in Nike, they are not. On some of these other stocks in the commodity sector, they have been. All right, let's get into this week's normal market analysis, and we'll jump to the Stockscores website now. A reminder, I'm doing some upcoming free classes this coming week. The essential characteristics of great stocks is where we'll start. That'll be the theory. Then our second one on Wednesday, we'll talk about investing. The Thursday event, we'll talk about day trading. And then on Saturday, I'll show you my tools that I've created to identify good trades. But let's jump into our analysis. We're just going to punch in the symbol here for the S&P 500. SPY is the symbol. We've had a lot of volatility lately. You can see a downward move here. We broke that from a new low, not from a rising bottom. So it's a good sign, but we're still, struggling with the fact that there's going to be resistance here, and we've got a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty. So expect that volatility to continue. If we look at the 3-year weekly chart, you can see that the long-term trend is up. The short-term trend was broken a couple of months ago. We've risen up again. We're probably going to get stuck up here. Market looks okay, I would say neutral, but we want to see it break to new highs in order to get optimistic again. All right, QQQ is the symbol for the NASDAQ. Let's look at the 3-year chart of that. Very similar. Long-term upward trend is intact. Short term, kind of sideways, wishy-washy. If we look at the 1 month chart, you can see that we switched in the short term from falling tops to now building rising bottoms. The problem is we've still got considerable overhead resistance. So it's a good sign. We're taking a step in the right direction, but it's going to take a little more time for this market to fix itself. IWM, more or less sideways for the last 4 months. We broke the downward trend line in the short term. We haven't really started to build rising bottoms yet. So we've got resistance here. It's a neutral chart for now. Individual stocks can do well, but the market overall is not particularly bullish. On the TSX, we've basically come back to the highs. And so if we look at a 3-year chart here, we can see the upward trend is still intact, but the short-term trend, the sideways move here, is still sideways. So remain relatively optimistic in the long term, but sort of careful in the short term. And then let's take a look at some of the commodities. Gold has been building falling tops. So here we see rising bottoms all through here. Now we're in this cycle of falling tops. Let's draw that in red because that's the key thing. The tops are falling on the daily chart, and until we break that cycle, you want to be fairly careful with gold. The long-term picture is still okay. We just got a little overextended. Earlier in the video, I drew a trend line, and I said when price runs away from the trend line, be careful because it's risky. Well, look what happened. We really ran up and away from that trend line here. There's the upward trend line, ran up and away. Now we're pulling back to the trend line. Looking at oil, obviously lots of crazy volatility in the oil market. And the upward trend, if we look at the 1 month chart here, you're going to see that this cycle of rising bottoms is just being tested. We're sort of bouncing along it right now. If we start to roll over and move lower, then the short-term trend will start to turn down. The long-term trend is still up, but overbought and probably due for more of a pullback. Very good short-term trading vehicle because there's lots of volatility. Kind of hard to predict long-term because it's really a matter of what are the headlines? What's the next headline coming out of the Middle East? All right, now let's take a look at currencies. US dollar is breaking down a little bit. That cycle of rising bottoms has been broken, and now we're sort of in this pattern where the dominant is falling tops. I would say it's more or less neutral. We're essentially going sideways for the last 8 months or so, but a little bit of a breakdown this week, and that could gather downward momentum, which would actually be supportive for things like the bond market, which is what we're going to look at next, TLT. It has started to stabilize after a big sell-off here. If the US dollar, if the bond market can start to build some rising bottoms, that's an indication that interest rates will come down. We don't see that right now, and so that's one thing that's sort of hurting the stock market. GBTC is our Bitcoin chart. Long-term picture, let's look at the 3-year. It's pretty ugly. I've been bearish on Bitcoin for a while, and the 1 month chart is choppy. It's hard to get any direction. It's a sideways market, but with a lot of volatility. So my ratings then, neutral on both time frames for all the stock markets and gold. Only oil has short-term bullish, but we want to be careful there because of headline risk. US dollar neutral on both time frames, Bitcoin short-term neutral and still long-term bearish, and bonds neutral on both time frames. All right, let's get into the trade of the week. This is an example of a stock that we traded in my active live service this past week. This was Fuse, F-U-S-E. We always like to trade abnormal stocks, and you can see the abnormal volume coming in shortly after the open on Friday. Stock made a good move up. Then it went into a pullback, and this is where we can see this same concept from earlier in the video playing out. Falling top, falling top, falling top. Oh, now starting to build rising bottoms. So it builds a rising bottom and breaks this pullback line. That was a great entry right there. I call that an intraday pullback play, one of the strategies that I teach. I'll talk more about those strategies on Thursday during our day trading class. If you're more interested in investing, make sure you participate on Wednesday. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to give you the theory to understand all this stuff. So make sure you're signed up for that as well. And again, you can do that at stockscores.com. Just go to the home page, scroll down the page, upcoming events. It's all right there. Hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and I hope to see you at those classes this upcoming week. As always, trade well.